Hi. I just go back to the old intro, man. Fuck. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Loathe podcast, an alternative podcast. I'm Badger, who can't do intros properly. Joined with Gareth, struggling again.
Yep.
And Paul.
I see the struggle.
Fuck me. I'm not even drinking today. It's the middle of the day on a Sunday. Fucking
You're just a
mess. Just a mess. I'm sweaty. I'm horrible. Right.
No need time
Welcome
for...
to... I know. Welcome to another new episode where we talk about all the alternative music shit that's happened in the last 7 to 8 days, depending on when we record. We've got some news, and then we're going to talk about new music from Pears, Lamb of God, The Used, and Code Orange, as well as albums/EPs from Hayley Williams, Green Day, Loathe, and Giver. And also me and Gareth are going to talk about the Interrupters as well.
Could have got through it before going and nailed it.
We already recorded this intro once, and I said Paul instead of Gareth. That's a peek behind the curtain. You're welcome.
But you said we recorded it. You didn't.
Okay, we spoke it.
Are we
but I forgot to press the record, but
recording?
we're definitely recording now.
Okay.
Not even drinking. Just want to point this out. I'm apparently better when I'm drunk. So, if you want to jump around, I'll put timestamps in for the singles and the album and the live music reviews. But if you want to be a decent person and hang around for the whole episode, you can do that as well. Which we're going to do now. We'll start with the news with Paul. Paul, do the news.
Now? Okay.
Point guns.
Are you sure it's me and not Gareth?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. Right. Then me then. So first piece of news is some Slammy D news.
Slammy D.
Also known as the Mighty Mighty Slam Dunk. Yeah, I'm going to keep that going. So recently this week they were teasing a day 2 of Slam Dunk.
A day 2.
Yeah.
Remember.
Yeah. Cheers for fucking that up for me.
Seamless.
I'm not sure if I'm ready for this today.
No.
I'm definitely not ready for this.
I was born ready, mate. Born ready. So they were teasing that there was going to be a day 2. Turns out it's just Day to Remember doing a second day. So from what I understand, obviously Day to Remember were working on an album, but they've had to push back the recording, which meant it freed them up to do some more touring. And one of those tours was going to run through Slam Dunk weekend. Unfortunately, it was confirmed after all the bands were confirmed. I'm just taking all this from what I read on Slam Dunk's page. So they've offered up the festival sites to Day to Remember to do a second day, as it was, which means they'll be playing in Hatfield Park on Saturday the 23rd of May and Leeds Temple Newsam on the 24th of May. Yeah, and that's going to be currently supported by Grandson, a band I've not heard of, but hopefully they're good as well.
Good as well.
Good.
I'm interested in this because I want to see how they do this at the festival site.
This is my first thought. So Hadfield is going to be the first time that the field will be set up and they play on it. Yeah. When they go to Leeds, that area is going to be fucking haggard. Like, the place is going to be a fucking state. You're going to have, like, vendors probably half open, half closed, and then just the stage just destroyed from the day before.
This is my thinking, though, because they're not going to obviously use the entire festival site for the second day. So my first thing is, like, what stage are they going to use? Because surely they won't use the main stage. I know Day to Remember are popular, but they're not that popular.
I mean, tickets are relatively cheap for what it is. I think
£35 is not cheap, is it?
Well, I think you can get cheap prices if you already have a festival ticket. So I think it's £27 as a festival.
I was going to complain about that, but that's good.
No, they basically treating it like if you're already going, it's like an add-on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. I was going to say if it was a separate ticket, then I would have been.
Which works great, because a lot of people, like, it doesn't work as well for Leeds, because most people would go up the day before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the people who already planned on being there for an extra day.
It's definitely better in Hadfield because one, it's Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you've got like the day there. I think if you're Leeds bound, you've already got your hotel booked and your travel and everything else, and now you're like, oh fuck, I have to rearrange all that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people complaining about that online, but it's like if you could afford to go to both festival sites, then you've really got some fucking first world problems if you're complaining about missing 2 bands.
Yeah, true. My thinking was, like, would you prefer it if they just did it at the festival site like they're doing? Or would you prefer it if they just went, oh, if you're in fucking Leeds the day after, we've got a day to remember on at the Apollo, or whatever it's called.
Well, I'm assuming, like, this is
not the Apollo.
This is their opportunity. Like, yeah, I'm assuming if...
But I mean, I just think it would be better move if they'd done it in a venue in the city. Do you know what I mean? Like an actual gig, separate. And then if you're like, oh, it's at the fucking O2 Academy, and if you want to come and you go into Slam Dunk Day 1, you can get a discount into the venue. If you're not, then it's just a normal gig you can come to.
I mean, I guess it depends on the numbers they're looking at. I mean, I don't know how many numbers Data Remember pull in, but
I'm trying to remember the last tour they did.
Last time I remember them touring, and this might not be the last tour. Last time I remember they did Apollo.
Yeah, I remember they did the Motorpoint Arena in Cardiff, which is a smaller but still arena. So I don't think they'd be doing like your sort of Manchester arenas or anything like that. No. But they got up to a stage where they can do like the lower level arenas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they've got all the setup there in place already, then fuck it, why not use it?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if we're talking like first world problems, if I'm going to have to get up to Temple Newsam on a second day, I mean, I say me, like, I'm not going to this. I don't like the day, remember. But, yeah, I mean, if you've got to make your way to there, because there won't be, like, obviously, I don't know if they're talking about doing the bus route again.
This is it. I think there needs to be some kind of explanation of what the fuck's actually going to be happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, it's not the easiest place to get to if you don't... Because last time we went, last year, they had they provided a shuttle for everyone and everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was a nightmare getting out, but you could still get out on the shuttle. But that's it. It's like, I don't know what they're going to... Because surely, because it's a cheaper event, they're not going to provide all the bells and whistles.
No, well, that's what I was thinking. Just like, it's going to be weird showing up to the Leeds one where I'm guessing like half of it's packed up and fucked off.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, that's it. They're probably like, they must literally will have to close like half the site down.
Yeah.
Then have one. I reckon they'll probably do it in either on the second stage or where the hardcore bands were last year, which I guess I'd call
keep a tent up.
Yeah. I'd put it in the tent, but I don't think that'd be too small, actually.
I think that might be too small. I think having a relatively big crowd in front of the main stage is fine.
Yeah.
And I mean, considering the prices aren't that expensive for what it is, it's, I can imagine there's going to be a lot of tickets sold.
Yeah.
Even if there is a lot of like a vocal minority complaining online. But yeah, I mean,
I don't see anything here to complain about. If this really is something for someone out there to complain about, yeah, just check yourself, mate. It's not like... It's just data. Remember, playing in the field, it's fine. And they do it at a good price if you're already going to slam dunk.
I mean, we're British, it's what we do.
Yeah.
We complain about this.
Get over it.
Also, noticing, if you don't want to go to the slam dunk dates today, they have some other dates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're touring across Europe and the UK again, including these 2 dates. So they are doing most of May. So from the 5th in Hanover. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they are pretty much covering most of Europe, and then the Leeds ones are the most important one for us. So 23rd and 24th we talked about, 25th in Glasgow at the Highbridge, 26th at the Motorsport Arena. 27th at the Motorsport Arena in Cardiff.
Oh, Motorpoint Arena, yeah.
28th in Nottingham at the arena.
So yeah, they're doing arena, so you gotta imagine they're going to be keeping the main stage up for them.
Yeah, so not too bad. Plenty of chances to see him. So if you are one of those people that couldn't make these 2 slam dunk dates, then there's still a couple more floating around for you to make. So it's not too bad.
If you want to see the dates, I mean, look it up yourself.
Google it.
Go to our YouTube video. You know, all the images of all the things we talk about will pop up in that YouTube video.
Yes, they will.
Link it in the description. Probably.
See how you're feeling.
Yeah. Just look it up again. I want to make you do some typing. Type something or look something up.
Yeah. Gonna work on that typing dexterity. Come on.
Yeah.
We're here looking out for you. That's all we're doing.
I know, right? Keep that finger strength up, yo.
Yo.
Speaking of yo. Next.
What?
Hang on.
I don't know.
Hang on. Right.
I don't know.
So you're going to go off yo, look at what we're looking at, try and work it in. Stick with it.
You've got to believe this is the weirdest tour lineup ever.
Thanks. It's not that weird.
Yeah, I mean, right, half of it...
The layout is weird.
Yeah.
It's of galactic proportion, though.
So, the thing for me, right, let's get into it. So this is System of a Down who put you on a gig in California.
Oh, they put it on themselves?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I think they do this every year. They just pick a load of bands and play a gig together. So this seems like a weird tour, like gig lineup of 2 halves. So it's going from the bottom up. So it's Russian Circles, who are like a post-metal instrumental band. Helmet, who are fucking Helmet. And then Faith No More. That as a lineup on its own would be fucking amazing.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, and then Korn and System of a Down headlining it.
Right.
What?
Okay, so I know. So my main thing was this first was like, Faith No More not bigger than Korn?
Yeah, that was my thought too, but whatever.
I understand System of a Down have to headline, it's their show.
I know.
I understand that now. But Faith No More before Korn? Really?
I mean, I guess they want to get home early. To be fair, if I had tickets for this, I would definitely leave after Faith No More.
Oh,
I mean,
what?
Nah, I'd watch it. You watch all the band, wouldn't you? I think it'd be a good.
I'm
show.
sorry. Am I getting lessons about that I should watch all of the bands from you? Mister, I don't only turn up for the headline.
I watched some of the Skints on the last gig I went to. Fuck off. And I watched Vane a bit.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
You get better.
Bro. Yeah, right?
Is
I mean,
it-
you guys are kind of forcing me, but
I'm going to say,
we're getting there.
is 2020 going to be the year that you actually see an entire bill?
No.
I
Not
saw
a
an
chance.
entire bill last year.
Which one?
I don't remember, but I probably did.
Maybe.
I was there for Doors for Slam Dunk. And I stayed till the end, unlike some people.
I left to go watch another gig.
That's not the point.
And then
Paul.
went to another gig after that.
Yeah. So I doubled up.
Trinity. Anyway, back to this. Talking
Yeah,
about
you
the gig.
defending yourself isn't really working out, so yeah,
Shut
move on.
So yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Just for the details for people who need it out there. So it's the Bank of California Stadium on May 22nd with one of the most diverse lineups ever.
It's not that diverse.
No, it's not really. It's just a weird like gig of two halves. Like I could see System of a Down, Korn, and Faith No More working. Maybe not in that order, but and then I could see Russian Circle's Helmet and Faith No More working.
Yeah. This is
Not-
almost grab a handful of bands from any festival this year which are on the main stage and just put on their own gig.
Do you not think that though? Like, because you're saying like System of a Down, Korn, and Faith No More makes sense, and then it kind of splits, and the first three make sense, and then the last three make sense. So technically, Faith No More is the transition band.
Yeah.
So that then it sort of does make sense in a way.
Yeah, kind of. It's just when you look at the first and the last bands, it's just like, and Korn
so-
in the middle of all that, it's just like, what?
Yeah, so if you're a dirty mosher like Badger and you don't watch supports, you just show up when Faith No More finish and watch Korn and System of a Down. But if you like good music...
You leave after
Hey.
Faith No More.
No, I'm not
That
saying that,
last
because I would
Korn
totally
album was
watch Korn
okay.
and System of a Down. I would totally go to this if it wasn't in California.
You're also a dirty mosher. Shut up.
These are all
Yeah.
facts.
I cuss my
Yeah,
mosher with a bit of punk, so I think I get away with it.
But yeah, not a bad lineup. It's just weird, especially like Russian Circles. I just wouldn't see them on a support band with these lots, but I guess
Yeah.
System of a Down like them, so cool.
Yeah, cool, good stuff.
Yeah.
Well done, System of a Down in America.
Yeah, bring it to the UK sometime.
Speaking of American things,
Yeah, and Dirty Moshers.
yes.
Yeah.
The dirtiest of moshers.
And weirdly, Day to Remember.
Oh yeah.
Not Fest Roadshow.
Yeah, in America,
Yeah.
not the British one yet.
More American stuff. Yeah.
Never doing us that lineup. Fuck's sake.
Yeah, so they get all the good shit, and I don't like it. I mean, to be fair, they do have to put up with Trump.
True.
So, you know,
You've earned this.
swings and roundabouts and all that.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're not doing too well either.
No, but
we just got the budget version.
Yeah. Have we actually got? We haven't got a lineup
Budget
yet for the
Boris.
UK one, have we?
Nope.
Just Slipknot. They did tease it about 3-4 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
I was
like,
really expecting
coming
them to-
soon.
Yeah.
Someone needs to tell bands what soon is.
I was really expecting they'd announce it after they finished doing their UK run of gigs. Nah.
No. Well, I generally thought I said that. Someone's like, oh, now they finished the UK tour, they'll announce the UK supports. But then I was like, oh, they're in Europe, so they might wait till after Europe because people from Europe can come to the UK.
Mhm.
Possibly. I don't know.
Are they here?
Brexit's
Who
happened now.
knows?
It's all up in
What
the
are
air.
the rules?
What are the rules? Sorry. Anyway, American Slipknot Fest. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, this lineup's pretty interesting.
Yeah, did this
Pretty good.
did this
alright.
make you feel better about the potential bands that are going to be on the Knotfest in the UK?
Yes. A lot.
Because we basically talking about Knotfest in the UK, and we were looking at like previous years
in America.
in America, yeah, and like Mexico and I think Japan as well, where they've done it. They're not the most diverse of lineups that they normally have.
Big old dirty
This,
metal.
however, lovely little mix.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
so for all you audio listeners, we've got Slipknot are obviously headlining. Main support is Day to Remember, then Under Oath and Code Orange,
Yeah.
which is a really cool mix. Like, I would
Yeah.
go to this gig.
Never in a million years would I thought I'd see Under Oath supporting Slipknot.
No.
Sure. But I like it.
Yeah.
I generally would have thought, I don't know.
I guess they've completely given up on being a Christian metal band.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, I heard the last album. It's fine.
Oh my god. Those things should never fucking be together.
What, Christian metal?
Yeah, just Christian in any form of music.
Just
stay out of music.
Other people. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I'm trying to think of a good... I mean, Under Oath would have been always been a good band despite the Christian thing.
Norma Jean.
I mean, then you look at something like Creed and it's very upsetting.
You can't say Creed without doing a
Not Fast the Road Show.
Get Creed on it.
God,
Paul size sounded more like Morrissey then.
I don't think I've ever been called worse.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
probably one
mate.
of the biggest insults in music.
Yeah, it's
How
true.
Fucking Morrissey.
Fucking dare you?
Oh dear.
Ruined
Anyway.
it for everyone. Yeah, man, this lineup is actually genuinely good.
Yeah,
I mean,
hope
you've
the
got-
UK ones like this.
Yeah, Slipknot, Slipknot, you guys can attest to how great they are live.
Of course.
Day to Remember, I guess we'll find out soon in May. And then,
If
Under
you-
Oath. I actually liked the last album. It was a bit of a departure from the
It
previous
was
stuff.
all
but
right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's got some really good songs on it. And then Code Orange, who are just quickly becoming, which we'll talk about when we come to live music, the new Slipknot.
Yeah, I'd put it but they're both.
I was going to say, with A Day to Remember, just like I should have brought it up here when we talk about A Day to Remember. I saw them at a festival a fair few years ago. I've never been completely won over by A Day to Remember. I think they're fine. I enjoy bits and bobs.
They're fun.
Live, they put on a fucking great live show.
Yeah, they are good live.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw them a bunch because when they first came out,
Yeah.
I was really into it. Just that kind of music got old very
Yeah,
quickly for me. But they are good live. Yeah, I'd you know, if they were on, I'd watch them again, I suppose. Worth noting though that some of these dates do have A Day to Remember on, and some don't have Code Orange on.
I think
So
there's
check-
maybe one or two. So just to quickly
check
go
the
through the dates. So it kicks off on the 30th of May in New York. That one doesn't have Day to Remember. Then you've got the 31st in Mansfield, Massachusetts, which has them all. New York City the day after, the 2nd, which doesn't have Code Orange. And then, load of dates. And then the last date, which is the 25th of June, is the only other one that doesn't have Code Orange on it. But
if someone wants to give us media passes to the American date and pay for our flights, that's fine.
yeah, you know what? That'd be
I
nice.
mean, there's a date in Orlando. I wouldn't mind going back to Disney World to go Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah,
while I'm there.
on the off chance we have a listener who's like an eccentric millionaire,
Yeah.
you know.
Fly us to Orlando, pay for us to go Galaxy's Edge, and then we'll review this show for you. I won't watch any of the supports. It'll be great.
Oh, I'd totally watch the support. So it's Code
No, I
Orange
would
one.
for this. This is the kind of thing. This would be fucking mint to attend this show.
I'm gonna say, is this the bill that would make you watch all bands?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like all the bands on this bill. I mean, I'm not massive on Day to Remember, but I'll still watch.
yeah.
I like all the other
I mean,
bands.
for the love of God, if you don't get there, if you went to this and get there for A Day to Remember, there's no hope for you.
Yeah.
Like, if you've
mean,
got
I've gotta
three
get-
bands deep before you bother showing up.
I need to get there early to see Code Orange. I need to count how many times the bassist throws his arm up in the air.
Oh, okay.
He does that a lot,
All right.
and I enjoy it.
I'm unaware.
Four times.
What times? 50 times. Anyway, good on you, America. You've got another amazing tour.
I fucking hate
What a
you all.
treat for you.
Yes.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. Maybe we'll get the UK version soon. Watch the UK one be shit.
I mean, just, go into it with maybe a bit of pessimism and be, hopefully surprised.
Yeah. But I decided that we're waiting for the lineup announcement, and I've decided that they should get Venom Prison, and then I can go to that.
Okay.
That's all I need to do. That would sway me for the ticket.
That would definitely get me to get a ticket as well.
I hope it doesn't, because I can't go.
Yeah, I shouldn't really go.
I mean,
We'll
no,
see.
ditto.
Nope. Anyway, so that's it for
2020,
the
the
news?
year of debt. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for newsworthy stuff. All done and dusted.
Newsworthy stuff.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
20 minutes. Look at that.
Also, can we just say, definitely newsworthy stuff. There's been a lot of bollocks which is barely news, which I've been seeing recently.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy which we all knew was the guy who's Tortilla Man in Slipknot. It actually is him. Yeah, we know. Hey, the guy from Motley Crue is still a drunken mess. Like, yeah, we know. Sorry, I just keep seeing these fucking stupid stories. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. I saw something stupid. I can't remember what it was now.
There's been so much stupid.
Danny DeVito saw Mr. Bungle live.
Okay,
Yes,
that's not stupid.
that
That's
was-
fantastic.
That was really good, yeah, to be fair.
I mean, so in honesty, we cut this new section right down because normally we talk about all the tours that got announced and everything else. But because there's so much fucking new music, we thought we better just trim the fat. But basically, loads of tours got announced. Just go and look yourself. You know what I mean?
Maybe that should just be our new segment.
There's a Koei tour that I was living
Bands tour. Look it up. Moving on.
Yeah.
But then what I do during the week? Oh, well, my sweet doc.
I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll just, to help you out, because like, you know, what I'm going to search for. Gatekeeper announced a tour, High on Fire announced a tour, Car Bomb announced a tour, Black Peaks announced a tour, Terror and Cancer Bats announced a tour, Coed announced a tour, the Cage Train announced a tour that was already sort of announced, Frank High did a pop-up shop, Boomtown got announced. That's it.
There's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why we cut it down. So, yeah, look it up. So, fuck it up. Well, we're not
you
your
don't
mum.
come to us for
Do you know
news,
what I mean?
right?
Yeah, right. I mean, these got announced 5 days ago. If you don't know, you don't deserve to go. So, anyway, moving on to new music. I managed to pad that. I have to change my timestamp now. Livid. So we're going to move to singles first, as always. We always start with the singles. So, Pears dropped a new song. Oh, fuck.
Cynical Serene.
Thank you. I might get you to read the titles.
Yeah, that's
We'll
fine.
see how we go.
I was going to watch you struggle, but I don't think you need that today.
No, I don't.
You're struggling enough on normal words.
Yeah. We did review a Pears song a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Comfortably dumb.
Comfortably Dumb was it
Yes.
called? Okay. I remember that was fine.
I fucking loved it.
This is, I feel this is, it's not really, it's pretty much exactly the same, isn't it, really? Just in a different format. It sounded to me like it was pretty much the same. I mean, I could definitely tell it's the same band. I mean, it wasn't like, it felt very same to me. Like, I didn't know, I mean, there's like fast punk bit, and there was a heavy hardcore punk bit, and so the last song had that stuff.
Yeah. To be fair, when I found like the Comfortably Dumb track was almost a song of like 2 halves. Mm-hmm. This I feel like is a song in 4. Like it's like been quartered. The first few listens I actually found it a bit disjointed. But then I sort of after a few more listens I started coming around and I'm like, it is disjointed, but I kind of love it. Like you said, it is Pears. Like I understand it. It's just like it lends the same way as their previous track. It's got like quite a few like it's parts in here which remind me of like Lagwagon and then a bit of Bad Religion and then some pure Pears. Like it's a really quite bizarre song I found when I first listened to it, and I still do find it quite bizarre, but now in a much more positive way.
I find it like I always kind of sometimes go into these single reviews, like the second single. I always kind of think like this is going to be different because that's what a band seems to do these days. They'll release the first song, and like this is what we are as a band. You remember this band? We're that band still. You go, thanks for making me feel safe. and then they release the second single, which is like, no, it is something completely fucking different. Fuck you. And you go, fuck.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's not worlds apart, but yeah.
But tell you what's reliable. Good old punk, baby. Never fucking change. You beautiful bastard. I liked it. Like the hardcore punk bit, I really like.
Yeah.
And I think I said this about the last song. Unfortunately, the punk part of this is very NoFXy, which isn't the kind of punk I particularly listen to. Yeah. So it's like, I like this bit, but the rest of it's like kind of not for me, but I can appreciate it. It's all right. It's all right.
I'd agree with that. Like for me, it's like it had little like elements of Goldfinger in there, like proper like old school Tony Hawk days. And again, still had that NoFX element to it, which again with you, Badger, it kind of throws me off a little bit. I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. But all in all, I liked it. I thought the intro sounded a bit like old school New York hardcore.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is this band is? I feel like they've somehow found their own sound by
stealing
mashing so many other sounds together within the the punk world, but taken a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and created their own unique mess of punk, which totally works.
Yeah, I was saying I think I said we were talking about Data. Remember, like that kind of their sound where it's like pop punk mixed with metalcore. Like that was like the time when it came out. I was like, oh, this is really good and different, and now I'm like fucking bored of it. Like, I can't listen to 4 Years Stronger or anything like that still.
No.
You know, it's like, nah, you've done it, mate. I'm bored. This is like, I appreciate this though, because this is quite similar, but I suppose it's more hardcore punk, and it's more proper.
Yeah, what I'm quite enjoying with them is even though they, try out lots of different aspects of what you'd expect from punk within these songs, they do it really fucking well.
Yeah.
And I keep, like I said, this was, I completely missed Pears over the last 2 albums, so it might be 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was aware of them and never delved into them. I think I talked about this last time. I'm so happy I'm well into Pears now. I'm ashamed it took me so long, because this is totally me.
Yeah, got anything else?
No, I fucking loved it. That was probably going to happen anyway.
Yeah, I think this is a band perfectly suited for you, Gareth.
It really is, mate.
I think we said this. This is probably the exact same review I gave it last single. If you are a fan of any form of punk, this is definitely probably worth a listen.
Yeah.
Good. Sounds good. I like the hardcore bit a lot.
Yeah.
I think they're very good at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about this album. This yeah. I'm already holding it in quite high regard, so don't disappoint me, Pears.
Yeah. Well, we've done 2 singles, so all the other singles will fuck off.
Yeah. I will be listening to them still, but you just want to hear me talking about them.
If you want to, by the way, I realise that Pears isn't the easiest name to find on social media. So if for a bit of a helping hand, if you look at Pears the band, because that tends to be what their at is. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I'd give you a little helping hand there to try and help you find the band.
So helpful.
I know, right? I'm super helpful. There's a hole in my shorts.
Cool.
I just noticed.
Okay.
Oh, my dick's out. Moving on.
So we're gonna go fucking big old slab of metal now for Lamb and God to come back with a new song called Checkmate.
Why did you pause? I wasn't going to help you with that. I felt like you could get that.
No, it's because I was going to say self-titled, like the title track, and I was like, no, it's a single, it's not an album.
Yeah.
I brain fired.
Okay.
It's fine. So Lamb of God came back with Checkmate, and it sounds like Lamb of God. Anything else? Anyone got?
Nope, that's it. That covers it.
I mean, I can't argue.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Go on.
I'm going to say, like, I kind of wanted to touch on this because this is, like, the first single they've done since the new drummer.
Yes.
I say new drummer. Yeah. He's been, I think, their touring drummer for, like, the last year.
Because they fired the last one.
Yeah. I mean, it is just a big old slab of Lamb of God. I mean,
yeah.
And there's never a bad thing. I enjoy like Lamb of God. They're one of those bands that just, like, it's like comfort food for metal. Yeah. Like you can never go wrong with a Lamb of God song because you know it's going to have like some really catchy riff. The drums are going to be amazing. The vocals are going to be ace. This is just more of that. I mean, it in no way, shape, or form changes anything about Lamb of God. They're still doing the same thing they've done for the last multitude of albums. Mm-hmm. But it's just nice to know that in the break since the last album and the changing members, that they're still managing to write catchy metal songs. It's not stuff that I'd listen to all the time, but I'm happy that it exists. And there's just something about a nice, tasty riff that just, I'm down for.
Good.
Yeah, there's nothing Badger. It's so bizarre because I don't know what I was expecting to listen to a new Lamb of God song, and then it finished. I was just like, oh, I mean, it could have just been on any of the albums.
Yeah,
but it's still good.
Yeah. I remember I've reviewed things before. I'm like, oh, it's just this band. They're doing the same thing, and I don't know. I didn't find anything wrong with this, and it's like it's just. I've not listened to a Lamb of God for fucking years.
Yeah, I
don't really listen to the band at all. Mm-hmm. I know that one song that everyone knows.
Redneck?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
I'm not, like, the fact that they've not done anything with their sound for some reason doesn't bother me.
No.
I'm like, yeah, it's a big old slab of metal.
I think it's because they have a formula which is almost perfect for this genre of music.
Yeah.
They've kind of nailed it. Why do anything else with it?
True.
Like, it's hard to argue when they're almost so, within this genre, writing kind of perfect metal tracks. Like.
Yeah. No, good on you, Lamb of God. You keep going on being Lamb of God. Or sometime, burning the priest, apparently. I was just listening at the discography trying to find the last album I listened to.
Yeah.
And a couple of years ago, they released an album under the name Burning the Priest.
Huh.
And their first ever album was called Burning the Priest, and they released it as Burning the Priest.
Right.
So, the more you know.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
Star. Cool. So, yeah, if you're a big dirty metal person, just go listen to Lamb of God. You've probably already heard it because you're a metal person.
To be fair, I've got a boss at work who's a massive Lamb of God fan, and she did not know that the single was out.
She can't go to any more Lamb of God gigs now.
No, she's going to the one this year.
With Power Trip and who else is on that tour? And someone else.
Someone good.
Power Trip. The other one isn't as good as Power Trip apparently on that because that's the only one I remember who's on that tour.
Fair enough.
Power Trip, the band, not the song by Chimera.
No.
Just in case you confuse some metalheads,
That's
because
what I did.
we've gone so metal at the moment.
You thought they put a song on the tour poster? What?
No,
These three bands playing exclusively this one song by a band who is not here.
For the longest time, people go, oh, you know Power Trip? And I was like, yeah, Power Trip. They're the band who sing their own name. And people look at me like, what? All right. And I thought I just thought the song Power Trip was the band Power Trip song. But I didn't know it was called Power Trip.
Oh no!
So every time I was like,
how often did you bring that up to people?
Not very, because surprisingly, I don't often talk about Power Trip or Chimera. So
weird.
The more you know.
G.I. Joe.
It's like a tick. Gotta say it.
I can't stop myself.
Anyway, now that people have deeply invested in my credentials as a music reviewer, let's talk about the next single. So the Used are back.
Again.
The people rejoiced.
Like a renegade master.
I think this. So I guess this is the second single.
Second single.
We were meant to do the first single, which was "Blow Me."
Yes.
Which featured Jason Butler.
Yes.
Which was the best thing about that song because that's Jason Butler. We didn't do it because that episode never got recorded for reasons.
You were probably dying.
I think I was dying.
Yeah.
So this is technically the first single. So technically, we have to do another one because there's an album coming out. Sorry, Paul.
I mean, technically, we don't have to. This is our podcast. We could do what we want.
Yeah, I feel we say that, but I feel like we always end up doing things we don't want to do, like this review. So this is the new song from the Used called "Paradise Lost," a poem by John Milton. I was fucking dreading this when I first saw the title.
It all goes back to the last time we saw them, which basically just ruined the Used for both of us.
Yeah, it really has. Because last time we saw the Used live was 2 years ago at the Ritz or something. Like that. Burn McCracken does a lot of talking shit, like going on about this, that, and the other, like he's a fucking preach or something. I'm like, ugh, it's really soured it for me. And then when I saw this title, I'm like, is this just him reading a poem? Because if it is, I'm just going to be fucking livid. I'll be fucking fuming. Luckily, the first thing I hear is some music, so I'm like, thank fuck. But then I was like, he's going to read the poem over music? Oh no. But it turns out to be a song, so it's fine. The song itself, it's a good Used song, isn't it, I suppose?
But don't, undermine that. It's a good Used song.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Good. Because I know the last album.
Maybe it's because I'm I've been let down so much over the last few times.
The thing is with Used, they're very they're a proper hit and miss. Because the first couple of albums were fucking solid. Like the first two especially, I fucking love those
I really rate the third one as well.
Yeah,
that was it, Lies for Liars. I think that's a fucking great album.
And then they really kind of just fucked their way through the rest. I don't know what they were doing. They're just doing something for a long period of time, and a lot of it was like, I don't give a shit about any of this. And they released an album a couple of years ago,
The Canyon,
and the lead single off that I really liked over and over. I was like, yeah, it's all right. This
not what you'd expect from the Used, but a
good,
damn good song.
Yeah, it was all
fun
right.
as fuck,
catchy as shit. And then the rest of the album was absolute toss.
Yeah, two full albums. It was
of toss. So I think the thing is because now it's kind of this sounds more like original Recipe Used a bit.
Yeah,
not as good because Bert can't scream anymore. So I think that loses a lot. The first verse of this is fucking emo. It hurts. But all in all, if you want a decent bit of Used that's emo as shit with no screaming in it, and fucking here you go, mate. Here's a song from you.
Yeah, I'm signing up. I'm so down with this. I really enjoyed that previous single as well.
I am interested in the album because apparently the album's going to feature Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker and
there's someone else I feel like
the other person I didn't recognise the name of immediately.
Tom DeLonge?
Oh, I think they got. I think they do something with Beartooth.
Huh? Oh yeah, no, yes, it's the singer of Beartooth. That's it. Good catch.
But no, this probably wouldn't be as exciting if it wasn't for the most recent experiences I've had with the Used.
Yeah.
But this to me, I'm like, cool. They're playing music I can get behind again. Instead of playing music where I'm like, oh, okay, you're not for me. I don't know who you're for actually, but you go over there.
Yeah, I don't know who they do this for.
Yeah, I'll welcome this back cautiously going into the new album, but all around, this is what I want to hear if I'm going to listen to a Used song. I'm more than happy listening to this. We're still not hitting the heights of if you really were into those first two albums, but they are definitely trying to take themselves back a bit to...
They're never going to make me memories again. That was so good.
I know, but they are taking it back to a place where for the most part, people went, "That's what we liked about you guys," and I'm into it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a like you guys say, it's a bit of a throwback to the earlier albums in essence. I'm gonna be honest though, I am after listening to it a few times and now listening with all the other stuff I've listened to, it has kind of faded into the background in all the other stuff.
Yeah,
I can't. If I'm honest, I can't remember what it fucking sounds like right now.
No. Like if you played it to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that one, yeah, it's the one that sounds like old used. And that's pretty much all it is. It's like it's kind of like harkening back to their older stuff, but just not quite as good. Sorry, I mean it's just one of those songs. Like I'm never going to listen to this again. I've got no interest in this band. I know they're playing at Slam Dunk, and if I hear Taste of Ink. I'll probably go listen, but I just these aren't a band for me, and that's fine, I guess.
that is fine, Paul.
Is it?
That is fine.
Is it?
Yes.
Shouldn't all be bands for me? All bands be for me?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, you can act that way if you want, but we all know you're a liar.
But no. Like seriously, like this is music that's just not made for me. And again, as we say, that is fine, and I'm happy with it existing. I'm just. Yeah, not going to go back and listen to this.
Yeah, I kind of like my thing with the Used now is just like I've got the first 3 albums and I can listen to those 3 albums whenever I want. The rest of it can fuck off. And I've seen them alive, and I'm trying to remember the last time I saw them live they were good, and I'll remember that and try to forget the last time I actually saw them live when they were shit, and I'll just move on with my life. I'll listen to good new music instead.
Yeah,
but we'll probably do the album because we've started doing the singles. The thing is, I say the last single, the Blow Me song, it wasn't bad.
yeah.
It was good because Jason Butler was in it. So if they get good guesties on it, they're probably going to be good songs.
That doesn't bode well for seeing them live, though.
No, well, I'm never going to see them live ever again. You probably will at Slam Dunk.
Well, we'll see.
You're definitely going to watch
There's a lot of other bands. I've got the issue with Slam Dunk where it's like there's a lot of bands I want to see on multiple different stages, meaning there's going to be clashes galore.
You have to for the podcast.
That's between me and Paul. We'll have a good coverage.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, in summary, I'd say I don't know if I'd suggest this to anybody, really.
No, if you want to hear a new song, listen to the other one. Blow Me's great. I think if you want to, especially if you've soured on them, haven't been into them for a long time, but are quite intrigued by what they're doing, go listen to that. If you're into it, bung this on as well. This one's definitely more forgettable, but it's still a nicer direction to see this band going in.
Yeah.
So check it out by all means, but you're not going to lose any sleep if you don't.
True that.
But I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Hey, that's my line.
Happy?
Never.
Okay, cool.
Good enough.
So, moving on to the last single of the episode then, and then we'll talk about the albums and stuff.
If we must.
Code Orange dropped a new single with a bizarre title. Swallowing the Rabbit Hole. Fuck. What does it even mean?
Oh, is it Hool? I thought, when I read it, I thought it was Hole. When I first listened to the track, I thought it was like swallowing the rabbit hole, like swallowing the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. I was like, how does that work? But now they're just eating a whole rabbit.
Do you actually say whole?
Hole. Hool.
Hool.
I'm trying to pronounce it in a way to separate while I'm saying them both
say
together.
Hole with a W. Hool.
I'm trying.
Hool whip.
Cool whip. I'm trying to put more emphasis on one than the other to distinguish the fact I thought it was Hole, as in like the band with Courtney Love, and then Hool.
They're emphasising the O more than anything, not the W. If anything, you should go whoa.
Hey,
whoa. You're saying it weird.
English is my first language. Fuck you.
Saying
what way?
How dare you?
Oh my god.
Fuck you. Shove it up your rabbit hole.
Anyway. You ass.
Well, we've descended into madness.
Oh, it was all going to happen. Fuck you. I can't get over it. Right, anyway. So, I can't say the title. Right. So, Conrad released a new song with a certain title. I can never like I say. Gareth has ruined it. We reviewed the last... Fuck. We reviewed the last single a couple of weeks back. For life, I can't remember what that one was called.
I can't remember the name of it.
I remember us not liking it very much.
Yeah, I remember it being very nice.
It was,
and it had Billie Eilish in the music video.
It was everything we didn't expect from a new Code Orange song, basically.
Yeah. Except for towards the end a bit.
Yeah, true.
Whereas this is what I expect from Code Orange. And I'm super on board with it. Thanks for a song I wanted. Cheers. I know, I really enjoyed this. It's kind of what you expect. I feel like it's what you kind of expect from Code Orange, but it's a nice sort of step up from the older stuff. So it's not like they just drudged out the exact same formula they did on the last album. It's got some new elements and stuff to it, which make it a little bit more interesting than releasing something the same. And it's a lot more palatable for me personally than the last single, which just was 2 Nine Inch Nails. Well, I said the time. I think I said fucking.
No,
orgy.
it was quite Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, I think I said orgy last time.
You did say orgy, yes, which is a weird pull.
Yeah. So yeah, good. What do you think? What do you guys think? Tell me your whole thoughts.
I enjoyed it, but in the basis of the initial reaction of oh, they do still sound like this. Okay, cool. But like I said, I would agree. It's a nice progression without distancing themselves too far away from what they do well.
Yep.
It's almost just a more quality version of what you expect from them, and it's a band which do nothing but keep getting better as they go. It's also it's also nice to know that they haven't completely chosen a new direction to go in or playing around too much. It once again bodes well for what's going to come with the next album, that it's going to be an interesting listen and hopefully a bit more contrast than what could have been very worrying. But no, it's a fucking solid track. It's what I was expecting to hear the first time round, so it's nice to know that they're still fucking going down that route because they do it so fucking well.
No, I'd agree. I mean, for me, it is a really good track. It does like elements of like just that kind of like Slipknot level, just solid riff. That again, I love from Code Orange, that kind of like they could do a really good, tasty riff whenever they wanna. It's interesting to see because obviously, as everyone knows, like these guys won a Grammy for their last album.
No, we were wrong about this.
Were we not? Oh, they got nominated for a Grammy in the last album. But it's just like, for knowing that they got that level with their last album, and that they're still not shying away from being an incredibly heavy band, yet still playing with their sound a lot. Like we say, the last single, like on its own, didn't like it. It was a bit off-putting. But knowing that they're still doing the heavier stuff, and then kind of thinking, like, how is that all going to fit on an album? That's the kind of thing that excites me more.
Yeah, I'm saying it's made me more interested in the album to know that there's almost like a grander plan afoot here. And I'm like, ooh, okay. I'm quite interested.
Yeah, exactly. And as a single on its own, I loved it. I think it's got those like solid riffs that we know Code Orange could do. Interested to see that there's not a lot of the drummer's vocals on there, if any. And I always thought that his vocals were the bit that stood out the most. So interesting. But all in all, great song. Looking forward to hearing the album now. Unfortunately, we can't listen to any more singles, I'm afraid. You know the rules.
No, you know the rules. Well, the album's out on the 13th of March, so it's not that long.
Once again, when we say that,
a couple of weeks.
We can still listen to them. You just won't hear it if we give a shit.
On the podcast. You won't hear it on the podcast, basically. Until we talk about the album. I think this made me feel better about doing the album now. Because if it was all like the first single, I was not going to have a good time.
I was still quite intrigued after that first one, but it was just like, okay, let's try not to think of this band as Code Orange anymore.
I will refrain that I don't think the first single was bad. No. It's just, it sounded very nice now, and I just, that 90s electronic, whatever the fuck, I just don't have time for.
Yeah, it's very like off kilter. Like when like you say, when you're expecting a certain sound from a band and they come out with something completely different, it's like, okay. But no, this one seems to be like leaning back into their standard sound in a way that makes me excited to hear more. Yeah,
natural evolution over drastic fucking change.
That's
good. Yeah, I'd say let's do it goddamn right now. If you want to get your head smashed in a bit, Orange.
Just a bit smashed in.
Just a light smash.
Yeah.
Just a smattering of smashage.
Not a whole smashing, just a light smashing. Cool. That's it for the singles. Boom. Baby.
Boom.
So we're going to move into albums now. Well, technically the first one's not an album.
It's an EP.
EP. I was confused by the release of this. So this is Hayley Williams under the title of Petals for Armour. And this is... So, we did... I feel like it's been every week she's dropped a song.
No, we did Simmer, and then there was one more which we did miss.
We skipped Leave It Alone, because I said we had enough, and she will release about 5,000 more singles. And look. So basically, so she said, so on Friday she announced the release of Cinnamon, which is the new single, with a video and everything. And there's been no mention of this, but on Spotify there's a 5-track EP.
Yeah.
And at no point has she mentioned this.
And there's still an album coming.
Yes, there's still the album.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this is. So this is basically a 5-track EP called Petals for Armour 1.
1, yeah.
Yeah. Or I don't know. There's been no mention as far as I know of this EP existing, except for if you just go onto Spotify and it's there. It's weird. And there is an album coming out in May. Very weird.
You look like a very confused detective right now.
Yeah.
You just got your shifty eyes going like, what's going on here?
So, what are you playing at, Hayley?
I think she wants to hear about our 2-single rule. I thought, fuck that. I'll release a 5-track EP. And those bastards have to do all 5. But you got me. You bloody Paramore bitch.
Wow.
Christ. Sorry, I'll take that back. That was mean. It was a joke. We're just joking, guys. She's a lovely person.
I'll tell her that next time I see her.
She definitely will never hear what I said. No, she's great. I love Paramore, and Hayley Williams is an artist. Unfortunately, this EP's not great, is it? No. We did Simmer. Simmer was alright. I didn't mind Simmer.
I was very positive to it, and I have continued to listen to it very regularly. I really like that track. So, musically and stuff, I think this is okay. It's not... And the thing we said at the time is this is exactly what I expect from a Hayley Williams solo project. I knew this is what was going to be kind of the thing she was going to be doing.
Yeah.
And more so into the EP, you hear more of like, yeah, of course, it's this stuff. And there is more like interesting stuff going on, like Creeping and Sun Desire have some more interesting elements in those songs. The problem I have with this EP, and it's just a personal fucking hookup I have, is that she repeats certain lines 1,000 times, and those certain lines are normally the title of the song.
Well, that's how you know what song it is, Badger.
I don't need to know. I can read the title. Hear myself. I'm a strong man.
It's like when you're watching a film and they say the title of the film. It's like, you don't need to.
That's the film. That's the film. I get it. I'm watching that film. No, yeah. I think it was like a Creeping came on, and I was like, I think literally every song. I understand it's fine to name your song after a lyric in the song. Sing song too much.
Sing song.
But when you say it like 1,000 times, I just feel like maybe just don't do that. It's super annoying for me.
I did notice that as a big irritation. As a whole, like, I did quite enjoy this, and I'm not surprised. I was actually looking forward to it, especially when it came in EP. I really did enjoy Simmer. That song as a whole, I really enjoy. Every other song...
Stop saying whole.
Nope. No.
Holy shit.
Every other song on here, there's large aspects I really like, but there's almost like there's at least one thing on every other track which I go, oh. Like, on Creepin', it's like a song I quite enjoy, and then she does the, what was it, why are you always creeping? It's
yeah.
There'll be something in every track to make me go, oh, I'm quite like, oh, what was that? Okay, never mind, we're getting back into it.
I think it's one of the solo projects where, like, this is obviously the member of that band unchained from the others, so they just make what they would do. And I know that I'm sure the guitarist of Paramore is involved in the production of this. At the same time as the producer, and don't have to, you know. Yeah, there's some fucking choices on this, and generally I think that musically, and it's all right. I didn't mind it, but there's just certain bits like you where I'm like, that's not. That's a bit off-putting, that, just that brief moment. I'll get back in the song and, she's done it again. Crap. And it's just like, I remember like Creeping coming on, and I'm like, Cinnamon was alright.
Yeah.
I remember Cinnamon being quite nice and singing.
Yeah.
And then, I was a bit weird when she was actually just singing about having cinnamon for breakfast. I was like, this is really, your lyrics are really good in Paramore's. What's happening here? I'm not actually sure. But Creeping coming, like, actually, because Creeping's a bit more kind of upbeat sort of. I was like, okay, this is cool, we'll get into this. And then, that happens. I'm like, God damn it.
She got you.
Got me.
Yeah, but that's the thing, for anything which sort of throws me off, there's always something else which really gets, like, there's a bit in Sun Desire. Sun Desire.
That would have fucking twisted it. That's on a hardcore album that we got.
Maybe that's what it is. It's a two-parter. You got this, and the next half will be a full hardcore album.
Yes.
EP. No, but in Sun Desire, there's like a lovely little hook for like the chorus. It's fucking great. Like, I think it sounds really good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that through this, which is there was more than enough nerve to make me go, yeah, I'm into it. But it doesn't stop there from being a couple of little niggling things, but that's not too bad.
I'd say, in summary for me, like, what this does is just prove how great she is as a vocalist again.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff on here that I've never heard her do before, and she's got some very interesting styles.
She does a great eerie voice.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yeah.
That's definitely a highlight throughout this entire thing.
Yeah, some excellent vocal skills and styles and stuff. But obviously, that's a forte, isn't it? So, yeah.
As a vocalist, yeah.
Well, some vocalists are terrible, so she isn't. So there you go.
Yeah, true. I have opinions.
Yeah, go on.
Not many, to be fair. Yeah, you guys are right. It's... I'm not going to say that often.
Hey!
No, yeah, I mean, there are some really good parts of this EP. Like, again, as you say, her vocals are flawless. Some of the vocal choices are a bit strange in those little elements that you guys have already touched on, but and the music is very minimalist for what it is. There are some good standouts, like as you say, Cinnamon and Simmer are the big ones for me on this EP. But yeah, all in all, it's fine. It's what you'd expect, and if you like Paramore for Hayley's vocals primarily, then you're not going to go wrong with this, I don't think.
Yeah. I'd say give this a listen. Hold on. I feel like it's the loudest can you've ever opened for some reason.
I tried. Really tried.
I feel like, I'd say, obviously, Paramore and all that stuff you've got to check out. But I think, like, generally, if you're just going into something for music's sake, disregarding the fact that it's Paramore and Hayley Williams and all that stuff, because you need to try and disregard that at some point. I think it's all right. I say go check it out if you want to hear something a bit, I suppose, different. I can't think of anything like this off the top of my head, but it's not the kind of music I'd normally listen to. So if you can tell me a band like this, tweet at me, and I'll go, cool, thanks.
Oh, there's definitely bands out there that sound like this.
But I just so I can use it.
We're not stumbling across it because
it's not.
You know,
so I don't know who I would suggest this to. So I'd say it's worth a little bit of a dabble. It's only a 5-track EP, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And then you can decide if it's worth your time to listen to the album when that's out in May.
No, I think it's well worth a listen.
We will be having that conversation after this podcast.
Yeah. I think it's well worth a listen. I'm not sure if I found it more intriguing because I haven't followed Paramore. I know a handful of Paramore songs. I never particularly got into them. Yeah. So when you guys were like, this is kind of what we expected, I wasn't really expecting anything. So I think that's maybe why I've sort of gone into it a little bit more.
I feel if you go and listen to After Laughter and then you'll go, oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Watch some of the music videos as well. You go, okay, I get it.
Yeah. But no, I think it's great. Like I said, because it's quite... I'm not sure if this music is for more people or for the nichest people. Like, I don't... It's a bizarre one to recommend to people. So probably not goddamn right now for anyone to go jump into. But definitely worth your time.
Yeah.
Paul, yeah?
I mean, yeah, I can't help but agree.
Oh, cool.
You have to agree.
Shall we do it? I think we have to get this over with.
I just want to quickly disclaim something.
Okay.
So, Paul does the doc, and Paul very kindly sorts out the YouTube video. And because the way the YouTube video works, we have to talk about things in a specific order. Otherwise, it calls Paul a whole fucking nightmare to change. I should have really said to this before the podcast, before Paul even started doing the video, because it happens while we record. I don't understand the science of it.
It's not much of a science.
I wanted to do Giver, then this album, and then finish on Loathe.
Okay.
Well, because I wanted to start positive, down, and then go back up. Unfortunately, we're going straight into Nightmare Town. So this is Green Day, Father of All. Fucking shit, I'm going home.
No. You are home.
Didn't have to go far. No. So yeah, this is we've done 2 singles of this. I remember me and Paul had a terrible time with our singles, so I didn't expect anything good from this album.
Didn't expect it to be this bad.
Yeah, mate, just Green Day really ruined Green Day for me. Like, really. I mean, I was getting a bit pissed off at the back end of last year when it was like, when they're just being overly punk about themselves.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, you the furthest thing from punk I could fucking imagine. You fucking,
the furthest part from original as well. Like,
I know.
If they don't get sued for fucking plagiarism from some of the songs on this album, I am going to be shocked.
Yeah.
Like, right. I'll get it out of the way now because it's going to fucking wind me up if I have to listen to other people talk about it without getting my 2 cents in.
You
This
go for
is quite possibly lining up to be the worst rock album of the year, and we're in fucking February.
It's not a rock album.
No, it's not. Yeah, but it's a rock band, a punk band, whatever they're supposed to think they are. And it's just the worst selection of fucking music I've ever heard in so long. Like, some of it is like I said, like, it's bordering on plagiarism. Like, Stab You in the Heart is the big one that stands out for me.
Yeah. Well, can I just say...
Elvis Presley's
It's Elvis, is Chuck Berry. It's basically straight Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee Lewis in there's the chorus. It's
basically, if half of the musicians from the 50s, like, estates don't sue Green Day for that song alone, I am going to be genuinely shocked. This is the sound of a punk band given too much money, being totally comfortable for way too long, and having no fucking idea what they're talking about anymore. It's fucking bottom feeding market research rock music, and it's just I don't want it in my life, and I'm sad that I've had to listen to it more than once.
Well, Gareth enjoyed that review.
I just love winding up Paul and just let him go. I'll listen to that for hours, mate.
I'll say, so yeah, I'm in heavy agreement with Paul. It's not good at all. It's a proper shame because Green Day were like a good band at one point. And it's like, I don't know if it's like because they've released so many questionable albums since American Idiot or 20th Century, what the fuck that one's called, 21st Century Breakdown?
Yeah.
And
then Una Dos Tres, then Revolution Radio.
I forgot about Revolution Radio.
We all tried to.
The thing is, because maybe they just got so crap or not very good at making their own music, they thought, oh, fuck it, let's try everyone else's music and see what that sounds like. You're not good at that either. Stop it. The only one that's bearable on this album is Oh Yeah, at a push. At a fucking push. Similar eyes to compare what, like, so obviously Paul mentioned like fucking Elvis, Chuck Berry and all that stuff. My wife thought one of these songs was Kasabian.
Yep. Yeah, there's one of them was strong Arctic Monkeys feel I found. I can't remember which one.
Basically.
I think it was Meet Me on the Roof.
Yeah. That's the worst one. That's the worst fucking song on the album. The Hives, possibly.
One of them actually reminded me of a recent Frank Carr the Rattlesnake song for like the opening. I was like, huh.
Yet none of them reminded me of Green Day.
No. The only way you could tell it was Green Day is just on certain songs you can kind of tell it's Billy Joel.
Outside of the like falsetto singing.
Like, I understand that Green Day were never particularly an amazingly technical band. Like, they're a 3-power chord punk band, or they were when they started.
They were,
but they've written so much more interesting shit than this.
Oh yeah,
this is terrible. Like, it's musically bad, and normally I can go, there's bits, and I understand. This is just not. It's like if they forgot how to write music.
Yeah,
it's not good. I'm not going to slag it off anymore. Gareth can say something because probably knowing Gareth, people are like, it's fun. Go on, Gareth.
What you got, Gareth? Go on.
It's a door unlocked, so I can do a quick leg in after I say that.
If you like this album,
I think you're too ill to batter me. It's all right. Yeah, I really liked it. Let me speak.
I'm not going to interrupt.
It's dog shit. No. Like, let's say this is where I understand this confusion. Please don't I don't want anyone to think that I think this is a good album, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed listening to it. And the lyrics are like a toddler wrote them. The music is juvenile. It's like some of it, like you said, Paul, is just plagiarism to the highest degree. I really enjoyed listening to it though. But it's shit. I don't know how to explain it. I had a really, and maybe it's because it's so short as well. It was like a bit of, I don't know, upbeat in the background.
I like that. Sorry, I forgot to mention. I liked it because it's short.
Yeah, Sugar Youth. I added to a playlist. I was like, I really like that song, but it's shit.
You're such a bad.
Hang on, I'm pissed off. God, there was lightning a second ago.
Even God knows better than to like this.
Yeah. I have to say I enjoy it. I did. I listened to this a few times and I really enjoyed it. But it's not fucking good. Holy shit! How they got away with this? Like I said, it's just their name and money means they can get away with this.
It's because they're fucking rich white men. They can do what the fuck they want.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I really fucking enjoyed it for all the wrong reasons, I guess. But I'm happy it wasn't as painful for me as it was you guys.
I've got to ask: are you the kind of person that stops and takes pictures at car crashes? Because this is the musical equivalent of watching a car crash.
No,
happen.
but I am the guy who enjoys watching dog shit movies, which if that sort of coincides, I get.
Right. Okay. So we do this. The thing is, certain albums. So I was listening to this, and I was like, "Gareth's gonna like this." It's fucking terrible. He's gonna say it's fun or something, and I find that's fine. I can understand that you can listen to shit. I listen to shit all the time, and it's like I just want to listen to something fun, and I put a shit album on because I find it fun and whatever entertaining. That's fine, but there's just no excuse for this album. There was lightning.
That's the second bit of lightning there.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's terrible. It's the worst thing, and I'll never listen to it again, I promise. Oh, God.
Oh, God, it's pissed about Green Day.
The thing is, you say you
I prefer
definitely will listen to this again.
I listened to this album once, and I tried to go back for a second listen. Again, oh, yeah, is just about horrible. Until he says, oh, yeah, 1,000 times. But the rest of it's garbage. I also want to quickly point out, it's not just us who hate this. We're not the individuals. I've seen loads of people slag this off.
I don't know who wants this.
The only people who want this are loyal as fuck Green Day fans, who are loyal, and I'm literally just,
loyal since when?
I just want to. Right, this is not important, but I wanted to point this out because I really enjoyed this tweet to show how fucking stubborn some people are.
Okay.
This is I presume he's a Green Day fan. He must be. The new Green Day album is such a satisfying fuck you to all the haters who whine all Green Day songs sound the same. One, never heard anyone say Green Day songs all the same. I mean, I can tell every Green Day song apart very easily. Yeah. They're all quite unique, I feel like, even though they are 3 power chords. Which made the band so good because they had unique, clever songs using only 3 fucking chords. And 2, it's not a fuck you to anybody. It is a fuck you, actually. It's a big fuck you. But I don't think they did that as this is a statement like, yeah, fuck you, we can do whatever. No, this is just a fucking terrible album. Please accept it's a terrible album and move on to a better album. Like the next 2 albums, which are worth your time and attention, this should be set on fire, thrown in the sea. Remember that water pots out fire, bring it back out of the sea, smash the 1,000 pieces.
This is what's fucking funny. Just like, who would you recommend this to? I would recommend this to people who I know used to like Green Day and be like, holy shit. Look what they sound like now. I did the same with fucking Offspring. Offspring brought out a single called, like, California Bumpin' or something fucking weird.
I remember this.
It was fucking dreadful. Yeah. And I showed I think I showed you at one point, I showed as many people as I could to be like, holy crap, do you remember Offspring? Do you remember you used to like them? Look what they've done. How did this happen?
This is the thing. I think I've started to say this so much on the podcast now. We are not against bands changing and evolving their sound in every way, shape or form. But do it good. Yeah?
Do it good.
Just because you're doing something completely different doesn't make it good. It has to be good. Yeah. This is shit. Try again. Yeah. Thank you. I mean, Green Day might not listen to this. They probably won't, but, you know, they'll definitely have heard some of the reviews and hopefully all the reviews to say it's shit. I've got a terrible feeling Kerrang gave it a good review.
They gave it 4 out of 5.
What the fuck, Kerrang?
If you read Kerrang magazine, stop. It's wrong.
You can't see this, but every time, just out of sheer good timing, Badger keeps making a statement and then lightning goes off behind him.
Fear me. Anyway, right. Father of all fucking shit. Right, that's done. Never again. I remember listening to it and I was like, this is horrible. I was just sad listening to it. Now I'm just livid about it. Anyway, right, cool. Let's talk about something great. So, Loathe came out with a new album, I Let It In, and it took everything. And I let this album in, and it gave me everything. It's fucking great. This album's fucking awesome.
I mean, it's not Green Day, but...
No, well, thank fuck. So, yeah, we reviewed... Oh, yeah, Loathe tricked us, didn't they? I remember now. So,
they tricked us
with
the double song.
They tricked us with a 2-track release, which featured New Faces in the Dark and Gourd. And then they released 2-way... feel we also did Aggression Evolution as well.
Yeah.
And also we did Two-Way Mirror. So as Loathe, somehow Sneaky Bastard got 4 single reviews out of us.
I'm
Well, I
fine
don't give
with
a
it,
shit.
to be fair.
Yeah, because those singles were really good. And it was no surprise. And the reason we don't tend to do that many single reviews is because it kind of gives away what the album's going to be like a lot of the time. Because if you listen to like 4 or 5 songs off of 10
at a
track,
certain point, there's only so much you can say about a single, which doesn't end up just leading on to exactly what you'll say about the album. After
and it's,
so many.
that is also you kind of like get an impression of what the album's going to be like, and then you're not really surprised by anything a lot of the time. Anyway, so like for example, when we did all the fucking Blink fucking singles, like, oh yeah, that's the album. It's exactly what I expected it to be. There's nothing new about it. Cool, nice one, Ben. But they tell you what, this got me, fucking surprised me because what I liked about this album so much is like, first off, you got Aggressive Evolution and Broken Vision Rhythm, which is what you kind of expect from Loathe. Heavy, fucking dark, like just relentless music, especially Broken Vision, which is just a fucking great mess. I love it. And then it kind of goes into Two-Way Mirror, which we did hear, so I was like, oh, if I'd not heard this single, like if I'd not expected this would have been like a right good shock, especially a slow song like so early into the album. And then it kind of settles back into like New Face in the Dark and Red Room, which are both heavy songs again. And I was like, okay, yeah, I know where we're going now. We've got one slow song. The rest of it's going to be like, the rest of it's all good. But then Screaming comes in, and I was so surprised by Screaming.
Yeah.
That is so, like, different from what I expected. And I was, like, really kind of stands out on the album.
That coming off Red Room was really cool.
Yeah. And that's the thing, the flow of this album is fantastic as well. It's just, like, all the songs, and they're all quite, a majority of them are different. I feel like some proper standardized Two-Way Mirror, Screaming is another one. I think a Sad Cartoon might be the other one I'm thinking of, where they're just complete left turns musically, but they still flow nicely after a relentless thrashing of a song. This, I'm going to do a Paul, album of the year contender.
I've seen a lot of people say that, and I can't argue.
Yeah,
I completely understand.
Stop stealing my words.
Go on, you say your words. You say your words about this.
So yeah, I mean, listening to this album over 2 days will never do this album justice.
No.
There is so many weird, different elements to it that I can't unpick it, and I don't feel comfortable unpicking it as much as I've had to. I honestly believe, like, yeah, jokings aside, I think this could be up in album of the year territory. And I think it's just because there's so many different elements to it that it's one of those things that I could listen to for like the next few weeks and I'll still find new things in it. And somehow I don't understand how they've managed to take an album and go like one side of it sound like modern day Dillinger Escape Plan, the other side sound like old school Deftones, and then like weird kind of atmospheric sections, and still be like a really good cohesive album. And still have so many different little elements that it's still left to offer. Like you're saying, because I've only had a chance to listen to it maybe 5 or 6 times, I feel like I've got a good grasp of what it is now, but there's still like so much more I feel to find just from like deep diving into it properly. And yeah, again, joking, as I say, like album of the year, definitely up there. But yeah, so far I think this is probably one of the best things I've heard this year.
Definitely. Yeah, this is definitely one of the strongest releases. It had me, like, when I listened to it, I remember, like, looking at pre-orders of this album, because it's very kind of good. I was looking at pre-order and I was like, I don't really have the money at the moment. And it's January.
Did you find money?
I didn't find money. I didn't find money for the pre-order, but then I listened to this album, I was like, fuck, I need this on vinyl immediately. So I'm currently on the hunt for the vinyl, the clear edition, because I'm a bitch like that.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think, Gareth?
So, if anyone's listened to these podcasts, especially when we did a particular retrospective about a particular band called Deftones, which I have issues with, not that they're bad, it's just lost on me. So this could have been worrying, but I was kind of into it from singles, and there wasn't a single that really left me sort of questioning where it was going. I was just like, you know what, I think I can get into this, even though like they are a very, I don't know, Deftones-esque.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty blatant, but oh god, it's so good. It really is so fucking good. This band somehow creates these like beautiful soundscapes, which then go into the most like heavy, like dark, heavy riffs, and they blur so well, and they just get such an intense sound out of what builds from nothing and then into like some insane fucking choruses. Yeah, it's for me, and I completely understand I'm on my own with this. This is like Deftones but good for me, and I say that with all respect in the world to Deftones if you're a fan of Deftones, but for some reason they don't work for me.
Spoiler: everyone is a fan of Deftones.
I know, I understand. This fucking works for me. I don't know. It's something about it's just something about the intensity they bring with their music, and it is with like the slow builds. Which they are like the talent in the build that they have. Like I said, it's at some points in this, it sounds like it could be a score for a film, which then goes into just like fucking punching you in the face, and it's beautiful.
That'd be theme into Aggressive Evolution.
Yeah,
yeah. Those first two tracks, like that first like theme is like a nice little slow build, like say a theme track to something, or soundtrack to something, and then Aggressive Evolution kicks in. And it's like, ooh, that's just naughty.
Yeah.
And there's just like loads of times throughout the album where it just does things like that. And like, as you say, it's got those kind of like Deftones-esque elements to it, but I don't want to pigeonhole this band into like, they're just Deftones with fast heavy bits.
Yeah, I really don't do that because they're not deserving of that. They've done such a good job of finding their own sound.
Yeah.
Obviously, for me, I find it hard not to like instantly go to those comparisons because Deftones are such a like a questionable band for me. I'm like, oh no, am I gonna get into this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I totally am. This is fucking great. So well done. You converted like a Deftones confuser.
Kind of. You're gonna go back and listen to the White Pony again?
I feel like I kind of need to, like, because I'm just like I can understand where the influences lie, but then there's a heaviness that Loathe bring, which fucking smashes it for me, which I always felt it was lacking in some of the Deftones stuff.
Yeah, no, they definitely kind of like tap into that kind of, I mentioned it earlier, like the Dillinger sound with a bit of like, I'd say like maybe Sugar, and that kind of like proper like technical metal side. They've still got like a kind of hardcore edge to it, but mixed with, again, like the Deftones kind of more atmospheric sound. Yeah. And it's weird that a band can take all those different elements that are technically should be quite separate and manage to meld it into like a proper cohesive sound, yet still leave you like on the edge throughout the entire album.
Like I said, the moments in this where they create like a level of bliss with just like this like beautiful soundscape they're creating. And then when you hear the guitars come in, you're just like, oh my god, I'm so invested. It's like, show me where this is going now.
This is... I'm just super stoked to listen to this album again. All the time. Like, I've only got to really listen to it like 2 times. And I think like every time you get to listen to it, you get something new from it a bit. I'm just super excited to just continuously play this. Definitely going to be an album of the year contender. I say go check it out goddamn right now.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
good.
I'd be to say, like, again, I've listened to it probably about 5 or 6 times now, and I'm still finding new stuff to pick apart. Yes. It's like, it's just there's nothing formulaic about it, and I think that's what helps. Yeah. Like, there's just like so many little sections where it's like, it goes off on a random tangent, and it's like, nice.
Nice.
But yeah, no, definitely album of the year contender so far. And I say, it's weird that we're saying that in like February, but when we talk about like last year, and like, I guess the podcast's album of the year came out in February. Yeah. So it's a good sign.
It is a good sign. February is obviously the month for album of the years, apparently. So, happy?
Happy.
Very happy.
Happy.
And Loathe, you too should be happy.
Yeah,
nice.
No, I just need them to do a show in Manchester of their own. I don't want you being a crap support, please.
Or Leeds. Come on, Leeds.
They played in Huddersfield in Parish last week, and I kind of wish I made it to that show.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, so, that's that. Good. We're going to move on to the last album now, which is from Giver, called Sculpture of Violence. And I suppose we did some singles on this, which I can't remember. So I know everyone was Every Age Has Its Dragons.
And we did the title track as well, Sculpture of Violence.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, this would have probably been like my album of the week. had it not been for Loathe just absolutely smashing it.
Yeah.
It's a very good. This is, and the thing is, sort of like not what I expected, because I know we did the singles, but kind of like accumulating the whole reviews into one thing. Because obviously, being a Holy Row band and look at the album artwork and everything else, I kind of have an image of what this band was going to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
This is just straight up hardcore, pretty much. Loving it. It's pretty much like kind of the bands I kind of got flavours for while listening to this album was like Comeback Kid, Defeater, just I can't fucking. And then I kind of brain farted and forgot every hardcore band that existed.
The way that I described this album to a friend who asked me about it, I was like, it's kind of like if Modern Life is War was fronted by Wade McNeil, and then they decided to just do some early Gallows songs.
Yeah, Gallows is another one. That's
then as you said, they would like Defeater-esque elements to it as well. Unsurprisingly, I agree with you. I think this one would have been album of the week if it wasn't for Loathe. I think this one's a lot more instantly accessible for me, but mainly because it plays to all of the strengths that I love in hardcore. And I loved it. And man, it's such a good This week has been weird for music. It's been so good and so bad in equal measure.
I feel like the fact that Loathe and Giver put these albums out this week really saved this week.
Yeah,
but otherwise it wouldn't have been that great.
It would have been a painful goddamn week.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
I had fun with it.
Well, I enjoyed myself.
Well, that's fine. What did you think anyway, Gareth?
I haven't got much to go on. I instantly got the Comeback Kid sort of feel for it, which was easily accessible, hardcore, done well. It's not much to break apart here. It's just a band doing good hardcore very well.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, easily accessible. Any of your friends who are into just that brand of hardcore, they're going to enjoy it. That's why I enjoyed it.
I feel like
I haven't got much more to pick apart on it. They did a very good job.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's some bits on there that are you straight up just standard hardcore tracks. But the rest are really good, standout sections that do a little bit extra. So I mean, the big standout track for me is one of the last ones, Longing for Death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, if it was just the 1 minute track for the first half of it, it would have been just a great, fast, catchy rhythm, hardcore track. But then it just almost stops and has a weird kind of again, going back to that old school Gallows vibe, Great Britain era stuff.
Yeah. They don't lose their sound in being too sort of hardcore formulaic. They do keep it interesting within what can be at some point a rather sort of repetitive sound.
That's it. For a genre like hardcore, it can quickly become quite repetitive.
Yeah.
But these guys managed to have a really good grasp of writing, of their songwriting, and I think
totally.
The way that they play with that kind of they do play quite well with some of the quieter moments in there, and I think it's I think I want to go back to that Longing for Death. There's got a really cool bit where it's just almost just guitars and drums. Just bass and drums with a low level guitar riff in it as well, and it's just there's something about that kind of rhythm to it that just it just automatically gets me excited about music. And these guys just do it perfectly.
Yeah, I'd say basically this. If you're a fan of any modern hardcore from the last 15 years, definitely listen to this album. This is a band who's been influenced by a certain or is styled upon a certain generation of hardcore, and they've just fucking smashed it in this album. Listen to it, goddamn right now. But
yeah, man. I'd say this album and the album before that came out, which is insane. Came out 2 years ago. I think they're both fantastic. I think this is a really good progression from that album, and it just kind of solidifies them as one of the great new hardcore bands out there. Yeah. I'm excited to see these guys live. I know they're doing their album release tour in Europe, but from what I understand,
are they supporting someone? I could just want to saw their name with someone. Are they doing some of the dates with Employed to Serve?
No,
in Europe,
yeah.
In Europe, yeah. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to the other UK.
But no.
I mean, we get Palm Reader, which is still cool.
We do get Palm Reader. I like that. Yeah. But I wanted both, because I'm greedy.
Yeah. But no, again, we don't talk about mates bands on here, but these are mates of mates. which I didn't know until after we did the review.
Oh, really?
Luckily. But yeah, no,
That
he's
doesn't count.
like, again, inside knowledge. They are talking about trying to get to the UK soon, so fingers crossed it's sooner rather than later, because I can't wait to see these guys live.
Oh, good. Excellent. I didn't even know they weren't from the UK.
No, Germany, I think.
All right. Cool.
You've just rocked Badger's world, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, somehow he can't fathom this information.
I think I don't know what you class it as. I guess it's record label racism. 'Cause I presumed that on Holy Road, so I just presumed they were from the UK. Sorry.
mild xenophobia. It's fine. I mean, it's not. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You're terrible for thinking that way.
You don't get an out.
I blame lack of research.
It's like the tagline of this podcast.
I blame research. I researched some things. I researched. No, don't lie about it.
No.
Cool. Happy?
Very
Always.
happy. That was a lovely
Yeah.
way to end what
In
was
hindsight,
a confusing list of music.
In hindsight, I'm kind of glad we started with Green Day because I got to be positive for 2 albums.
I know, right?
That was my plan.
Also, if anyone's interested, the lightning, thunder, and rain has stopped since we stopped talking about Green Day.
Yeah. So,
Just
let's-
saying.
let's carry on not
quids.
talking about them.
Too coincidental. So, I mean, we're going to probably talk about them again because Gareth's going to see them live on the Hell
Oh,
Mega Tour.
God, you are
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Which, I mean, that thing is like before this album came out, I was like, I kind of wish I'd gone to the Hell Mega Tour. Now I'm very happy I'm not going to the Hell Mega
It's
Tour.
going to be a weird one.
It's going to be a terrible time, probably. I don't know. Yeah, you've
How
got
much did you
reason.
pay for your ticket?
This
Gotta be
60 odd quid,
yeah,
I
was gonna say,
think.
it's got to be at least 60.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Out.
Yeah, I sucked that fucking Weezer dick, though. So.
You love yourself with rivers in your mouth. Yeah, good. Anyway, that's it for
Let's
new
move away
music.
from that analogy.
I know, right?
Yes. I can't remember what's out next week. Something is.
Velatak, I think.
Well,
Cool.
I was not thinking of that, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure
We'll be-
Velatak's out on the
well,
14th.
We'll be back next week and we'll talk about whatever's new next week. that isn't.
Velatak and hopefully something which Badger will enjoy.
Yes. I didn't mind the single on Cavella Attack. It's just
Just dreading a full album.
Yeah. I just can't. I got this image of what it's going to be like. It's going to be a slugger.
Give us
the
a darkness with riffs.
The thing is, I tend to listen to these on the way to work, and I just don't want to listen to party rock in the morning. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe after the podcast when I've had a couple of beers. Yeah, but not. No. Anyway, we'll see. Can't wait. We got any gigs between now and then?
Thankfully, no.
Oh yeah, I got a month off. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, talking about gigs. Shit segue. Me and Gareth went to see The Interrupters
Yeah.
with the Skints
Uh-huh.
at the Ritz in Manchester. It was good. You
Cool.
can talk. I'm a bit tired.
Yeah, to be fair,
So
yes.
you watched the majority of the Skints.
I watched
a
all
song
of the
and a half.
Skins. So I guess I'll talk about the Skins. I feel like more than Interrupters because I've seen Interrupters and I've reviewed Interrupters twice on this podcast,
Yeah.
and just take that and repeat it.
If you want to hear that, that was in the Slam Dunk episode.
Mm-hmm. And
I
download.
also saw them at Jera,
and you saw them, Jerry. Yeah.
and there was another time apparently. You saw
Download.
Download.
Yeah. So Skins straight off the bat. Skins, a band I've heard of multiple times. We told us to check out a few times. I don't, because I never listened to them. I walked in expecting something a bit more upbeat.
I had punk straight away, like
Yeah,
old punk.
Totally.
In my head.
And I just walked into the most chilled, like, ska vibes.
It was super nice.
It was so chill and so good. But which was quite funny. So I've been meaning to look it up. There's the final track they played. I joked to you.
It's already on my playlist. With you.
Yeah, I joked to you because before they played it, I was like, we want to see a circle pit during this one. I was just like, to fucking, like, chill out ska? What? But basically, they start bringing in some riffs, and I think purely because the rest of the music was so beautifully chill, their riffs weren't even that heavy, but it felt heavy as fuck in comparison. So yeah, I guess you're going.
You know what? I went back and I found that song because I really liked it. It was the one song I saw in full.
Yeah.
And it's the one time when I kind of seen a band, I was like, no, I wish I'd gone to the whole thing now. I actually feel like I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally, if you listen to that song, it's called Learning to Swim, I think it's
Okay.
called. The first half is chilled as fuck.
Yeah.
But it does kind of rock up a bit.
Mm.
Not heavy in the slightest. It's
No.
a bit rocky, But
No, it
in comparison to the rest
it wasn't
of the
at all.
song,
But I think it's purely because of the contrast.
yeah.
It felt heavier than anything.
I think we'll get to the I'd say I really enjoyed that song, and since then I've gone and listened to the way. I think the way I would compare them in the loosest possible comparison I can think of is modern day The Specials at a push. If you want a comparison,
That's not a bad review, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's not at all. They are doing some of the nicest, like, cleanest, like, just ska tracks that I've heard.
They do a bit of rapping
about
as
doing
well.
a while. Yeah, that's not as good. They're not perfect, but they do. So they've got some good shit, and it was not what I was expecting because I was kind of needed to be picked up, but instead I just got well chill.
You see, the way you've sold that to me is like it's exactly the opposite of what I'd want. Like, so you're like the ska's good, the rap not so great. I'd be the opposite. Like, I hate ska and I love rap. So if they just do the opposite band, that'd be great for me. Thanks.
I think the rapping's alright. I think it depends what song. Did you actually ever listen to the song since? Like,
no, not since. My experience is purely live.
Go listen to the song.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe you feel differently about the rapping. Fine. I say check them out. I went away, and based off one song, I went and I've been digging through the discography and whatever else. It's fucking cool, man. Really nice. If you want to just chill out, chill out ska. It's really nice. It's good.
No, I don't.
Fuck you, pal. Listen to Green Day, then, we'll cover the interruptions. It was their gig, and also it's technically the first time they played an actual gig. It's not a festival.
Yeah, it is both of our first time seeing them outside of a tent.
Yeah. It was fucking busy. I didn't expect it to be as busy as it was. I'm surprised it wasn't sold out.
Did it not sell out in the end? I think it may have sold out on the day.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it's fucking heaving. Interesting points. First thing, I just need to pick up while I remember it because you mentioned it. Sort of. They had a wall of death.
What?
So, just in case you don't know who the Untrubs are, they're essentially a ska band.
Ska punk.
Ska punk. And wall of death's not really a ska punk thing, is it? It's more of a skank than a wall of death. But they had a wall of death anyway. Skank of
Which is basically very slow moving walls running into each other while just kicking.
I think the difference between this wall of death and a normal wall of death was the guitarist kind of going like, we're going to do a wall of death because we've never had a wall of death. I mean, that's probably bullshit.
100% bullshit.
100%.
Yeah.
But when you run together with all the love and happiness you can, it's like, that's stupid. Don't say that again. Let's do a wall of death, of love. It's got death in the name. It doesn't work like that.
A wall of snuggles.
Yeah. I mean, they should have probably just renamed it, probably. Yeah. But no, it's like, okay, I've never seen that before. The show itself is like over an hour, and it was just fucking a really good time. Like, I think the set list was quite strong. They did the Billie Eilish cover, which I fucking missed because at the fucking
we were
bar.
both stood next to each other at the bar.
I mainly came because of this. It sounded good.
Yeah, it did sound great.
Couldn't see it. But I mean, not really good. Yeah,
we already got ourselves to blame for that.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
It was a fun show. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever see Interrupters and it not be a fun show. I don't think they do anything but fun. Mm-hmm. Their songs lend themselves to first timers or like seasoned like lovers of their music.
The crowd was a good, like a very interesting mix of people.
Yeah, it really was, which was cool to see, but was very surprised by the age gap as well.
Yeah, you had like every person who was there when ska was invented to people,
children,
to children,
which is mint. That's fantastic.
It's great. That's the kind of show you want.
Yeah,
really.
But honestly, like this is a band which is I've said it before. Everyone should go see, unless you're Paul, because you'll probably want to just gouge your eyes out.
That's so good though.
But they have a formula when it comes to writing their songs. It's very easy to notice, but it doesn't stop it from being the most perfect formula for a ska punk song. Mm-hmm. They're not. It's like we've talked about other bands. They're not reinventing the wheel, but fuck me, like they nailed it.
I'll tell you what it is though. The thing is with the Interrupters, they're not reinventing the wheel or anything, but at the same time, it's like I can't go like if I listen to the Interrupters, like I've had enough Interrupters. What should I go listen to now? I'm always a bit like, and you'll find something similar.
You just pick your favourite Rancid songs and just go back one, don't you?
That's what you would go around to. Or like, maybe go to Stillers, but then that's more the vocal styling than the music. No, I'd definitely go watch this band again. It's one of those, like, I think we did this after Slipknot like after that, I was like actually looking for tickets.
Yeah.
To the day. I didn't go because I'm not made of money. But this is one of those like next day I was like, yeah, I would literally go watch them tomorrow.
Yeah,
if I could,
because this
yeah,
you wouldn't have anything but a good time.
Yeah.
Like...
I think it's just a really good time. I think that's the thing. I just like the energy and the happiness, not the happiness, but like the energy. It was just a good time that everyone had, unless you were in the wall of death. Maybe you died.
No, they probably just ended with a cuddle.
Probably.
Snuggle pit.
The only downside to the gig was the bouncer was a cunt at the end.
Really?
Oh yeah. I know this is Badger's own personal issue.
The gig was so good, and when I enjoy a good gig, I buy merch because I think that's how bands should be supported. You did a good job, I will buy your merch.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how things should work.
Yes.
So I went to the merch stand, and obviously, as is tradition, at the end of a show, everyone just kind of huddles around the merch stand in a mass, and you kind of get served when you get served.
Yeah.
So I joined the throng, and people were then behind me in the throng. And then the bouncers, after like 10, 15 minutes of me standing in that queue...
Yeah, you were there for a while.
I was there.
Yeah.
The bouncers then said, no, we'll probably make a queue for this, shall we? Because people were just joining relentlessly. So they got like this queue forming. I had him like, everyone get in the queue instead, or get behind me, or whatever. And then one of the bouncers grabbed me and pulled me back. It's like, get in the queue. I was like, yeah, but I've been here for fucking 15 minutes, mate.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, you were like 2 people away from the front at that point.
And then, because he purposely grabbed me and dragged me into space, 5 or 6 people who were behind me originally then were in front of me. So now I was like, I've waited 15 minutes, and now I've got to wait another X amount of time because these fucking cunts got in front of me because you pulled me back. First off, don't fucking touch me as well. And secondly, so it's fucking like, did you
get his name? Do you want to call him out?
I don't know the boss's name.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, what's your name and number? No, but
I will
just fucking
shit on you on a podcast.
It just really pissed me off because that led me to not getting merch. I was really annoyed by it.
Yeah, they've also done a really...
Fuck you, the bouncers at the Ritz for that gig.
Yeah, it's also this is very niche information, but if you ever gone to the Ritz, they always used to have a merch stand as soon as you go through the front door. Now they've decided it's a very lovely setup and like little area for bands to put their merch out, but it's literally all the way down to the front of the stage to the right. So there's no way of getting to it without fighting through the crowd initially. And then that area also has to be kept clear for one point because that's where the doors are for people to come in and out for backstage. It's a fucking nightmare. And Badger, unfortunately, felt the full force of that.
Yeah. Terrible. Really upset.
Interrupters, though. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. That's no reflection on the band, that's the venue being... And the Ritz Mansion is a good venue. It's just that they've just made some poor choices there.
Yeah. But no, I haven't got a bad thing to say about Interrupters. Their sound is fantastic. The songs, whether you've seen them a million times or never seen them before, you'll be singing along straight away. Yeah, you'll just have a damn good time. Everyone, if you get a chance, go see Interrupters.
Yes.
Unless you hate yourself.
Yes.
Well,
good.
I do hate myself. That's true.
Lovely. Cool, that's it then for this
week.
He's
okay. He's got his niche stuff. He's fine.
He's alright. So, yeah.
Love you, Paul.
I am lovable.
I know.
Next gig, I've got his Turnstile, I think.
I think my next one's Creeper, but I'll probably end up going to another one in between.
You're not going to get to fucking
I know.
April.
I'm going to try. I'm trying to fucking, like...
You should have come to Employed
trying
to
move
Serve.
house at the moment.
I honestly think, I think Employed to Serve is the next one I've got in March.
Yes. Did the release date? Was there a release date on that? Are you in
Yeah.
Manchester?
No, God, no. I'm not going to Manchester if I can help it.
Oh, fucking... I'm happy I'm in February. I've not been to Leeds yet. It's a good year. Strong 2020. That's it for this week. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. If you want to be a person and follow us on social media.
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, it's for humans.
Yeah, it is for humans. It primarily is for humans. I've never seen a dog who's, I'm just saying.
If you can pass the Turing test, follow us on Instagram.
I mean, social media probably would be better if animals could use it. I just think it'd be a better place. If you want to follow us on social media, you can do at Loud Noises Pod UK.
Okay.
I always forget the Twitter handle. I made it. Yeah. At Loud Noises Pod UK for Twitter. We also have an Instagram now.
What?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I did it.
It's a bit bored.
Yeah, a bit bored. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, Loud Noises Pod, I mean, it's a good place if you want to see the artwork and pictures of gigs we've been to. Like, there's a picture of the Interrupters on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Facebook, you can find us, just search for Loud as a podcast. That might work. If it doesn't, then don't follow us on Facebook. And I always say this, but iTunes review, I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
It is.
Is it?
It's a thing.
Is it still a thing? Okay. If
You
want
just
to
have
be
to
super
scroll
cool.
all the way to the bottom.
Okay. If you want to be super cool and a pal, please leave an iTunes review. It helps us out in the algorithm.
Yeah. If not, though, carrier pigeons also works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Find me with a pigeon.
Find me with your pigeon. That sounds weird.
A bit creepy.
Oh, and also, we're on YouTube. Smash that bell button.
Smash your computer screen. That's it, right?
Ring that bell. Smash that like.
Brick that monitor.
Click that subscribe button.
Break stuff. Limp Biscuit. Smash it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Cool.
We're metal.
Yep. I think that's the whole thing. So we'll leave it there. I can't say it the way you say it.
Maybe next time we'll just say social media, everything. Google it.
Yeah. We're not on. What other social media is there?
Is
MySpace.
that still
We're
a
not
thing?
No, that's not a thing, is it?
Tinder?
We're not on Tinder.
Huh?
We're not on Grindr. We're not on any other thing like
Bumble. I don't know.
that.
What?
We're not on Reddit. We're not on Tumblr.
Uh,
So many avenues we're
I'm
not taking
trying to
advantage
think
of.
of
Bye,
anything,
guys.
but
Thanks for
I
listening.
barely know Facebook.
Thanks very much, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye. Say bye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bye.
God.
Bye.
Bye.
God.
He's pissed about
I'm
Green Day.
professional.